All right, all right. How's everybody doing? Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. All right, let me blow up this chat so I can see. Hey, Damien, Jameson, Victory Tuesday. Yeah. Steven, yeah, of course, Spencer plays the best game of his career. You know, yeah, yeah. So it's just one game. We know he's been playing well, but I'm sure that the Blackhawk fans woke up this morning very, very happy with the situation and a first. And a first. Hmm. But Panthers won, so there's that. Hi, Alechka. How you doing? Panthers won, so we're good to go. Hi, Marlboro man. I'm good. I have not I'm okay. It was it was a 24-hour bug. I'm still not feeling great, but I didn't get it as bad as Kyle did. Of course, I don't eat as much as Kyle, so there wasn't as much to uh, there wasn't as much. Bleh. Kyle was going at it for about an hour off and on. I only had one episode, and then I passed out. Hey, yeah, exactly, Olechka. Yeah. Trey says, Chicago, give me back my son. Sorry, Trey. What? Trey says, now I hope Mackey gets dealt out of spite. If I got to lose my boy, you do too. My son was on that beach too, Martin. We'll see if anybody knows what the hell I'm talking about. 7 for 7 on the PK medal, right? Yeah, man. I'm watching the highlights this morning and like there's another penalty and another penalty and another one. Like, good Lord. Yeah, Knight have himself a night. Vincent says, so I heard you got a new pet. Yeah, some kind of, yeah. Right. Trey. Trey got it. Damien says, I saw a mock trade. We get Rant, and then we send for Hagee and Boquist for first. Well, why would we do that? We can't even sign Rantanen if I guess if you sent for Hagee and Rantanen was going to take like $9 million, maybe that wouldn't that piss off the league, right? But why bother with the chemistry, right? Jones surprised you last night? Yeah, thank you, Metal. Leshka wants to know everything. Chucky, is that hurt or are we pulling a Vegas? I suspect he's that hurt in the sense that I don't think if it was trifle, he would have stayed off the ice in the championship game. So whether or not he could have come back with 2 weeks left in the season, that's up for debate. But like I said yesterday, whether or not Chucky's really, really hurt, we're going to find out by our moves at the trade deadline. Because if we don't get a forward that would possibly replace him in the playoffs, then Chucky's fine. If we go get a guy, then that might tell you they don't really know for sure if Chucky's going to come back. All right, Chopper, hold on. I think Seth Jones is the OEL replacement, and we tried with Ann Boquist and Schmidt. Yeah, so I've heard good things. I didn't see the whole game, obviously. But oh shit, I forgot my water. Damn, I gotta go get my water. Hold on a second. I knew I was forgetting something. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta drink water after yesterday's episode. All right, I'm back. I need my alcohol. I need my water. Yeah, Kyle did a good job. Yeah. Ugh. Mackey for Moose. No, they even put Samoskevich on the top power play. The better Mackey does, the more pissed off I get. I get that Zito keeps throwing away first round picks because the dude can flat out draft. Imagine if you would have kept all those picks. I mean, obviously, some of them have turned into some decent players, right? Can't complain about that. But did it have to be Knight and a first? Damn it. I'm going to keep pitching about that till we win the cup again. Hey, Bucks Rays. Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, it was a post. The Hedman post at the end there. I mean, he had Bob beat clean. That should have been overtime. Andre says morbidly, I almost want Zito to buy low on Stamkos for shits and giggles. Would Stamkos be an upgrade at 4C? His problem is term. Like if Stamkos only had signed a 1-year deal, maybe I'd go get him for 4C. Leshka, we hit a few posts too. Vincent says Jones clearly looked like a cow on a new farm, but he didn't cost us anything. He'll adjust. Sounds about right. On Kerfoot, I don't know, man. Yeah, he's buddies with Reinhardt, but let me look at him. Trey says I would have much rather done Spencer for Connor Murphy in a pick. I mean, I get what you're saying. Let's see. What's his contract though? You said he's on an expiring deal, right? All right, so then go back. I mean, yeah, he's already on, like, is that a minimum deal? Do they have a goalie? What's his minutes? What kind of time is he playing? 15 minutes, so that's like third line minutes. I mean, I don't know. God, he's so small too. Would he be an upgrade? I wouldn't mind him as depth, right? I wouldn't mind him as bench depth for sure. I mean, we got to get a guy somewhere, right? Chopper says Barkov should have had that post on the breakaway. That was a loud ding. It's funny that you asked that question about Brock Besser, Damien, because I was looking at some of my cards today, and I found a Brock Besser card that was worth a little something. Now, Vancouver, though, the thing is, I guess he's on an expiring deal. Because Vancouver may not be apt. I mean, yeah, he'd probably be an upgrade, sure. Jesus, did he get 40 goals last year? He did. Out of nowhere. What's his deal? Is he on an expiring contract? Let's see. He's got a cap at 6.6. What's he, 28? Boy, that would be an expensive rental, though. Yeah, Besser turned down $8 million from Vancouver. He wants north of $9 million. Jeez. So that would just be an absolute pure rental. I don't know. I think now if let's put it this way, and Jameson says Besser gets hurt a lot. Yeah. I think if we go and get a guy like that, that'll tell you what they think about Tkachuk. Eichel's going to get 15. Yeah, Tanev would be on our fourth line. Metal says lots of team looking at Tanev. Seattle say they're retained up to 50. Why couldn't we get 50 retained on Jones? for a night in the first, there should have been another team. I'm just going to keep bitching about that because, I'm happy we won and all that, but just kind of feels like that first should have gone to another team to take 25% of the salary. Maybe they tried. I don't know. It's not like Spencer hasn't already proved he can go in and win a playoff game, right? The dude already has won a playoff game, almost won a second game. So Trey says Eichel as a company is the best setup man in hockey, not named Connor. You put some respect on Mackie Samoskiewicz's name there, Trey. Now come on. Huh? Hey, IC scientist. I'm okay. I'm not 100%. But I'm not throwing up anymore. Now it's just a matter of trying to eat a little bit of food. Kyle's pretty much okay now, as you guys saw last night. It just zaps the energy right out of you. I was fine. And then about, 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever it was, I ate my dinner and my stomach said, oh, we don't want nothing to do with this food. Jaden Schwartz. What about Marchand? I don't know if Boston. Let's look at the standings. Did I hear correctly that the Canadians now are back to within one? They're back to within 1 point of the 8 seed. Good Lord, look at this. What a disaster this is. And even the Flyers aren't that far out. So the Jackets are at 68. And then you've got the Red Wings at 66, the Senators at 65, the Canadians at 65, the Bruins at 64. The Flyers are only 4 points out. It's absurd. Man. Marchand is week to week. Yeah, no thanks. Hey, Goat Slayer. Yeah, Barkov really, I was watching, Barkov really raised his level of play last night. No doubt. Yeah, I saw that, Kate. I watched the anybody see the Brady Tkachuk Tom Wilson fight? I thought Brady did okay, especially once his helmet came off. Once his helmet came off, I was like, uh-oh, you better watch out. But he handled himself pretty well, I think. So, yeah, the Bruins, this is crazy. That is, if you give the 7 seed to the Jackets, that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4. How many points do the Rangers have? The Rangers are at 66. They're tied with the Red Wings. Who's got that spot? I guess the Red Wings were because they got a game in hand. So for the 2 wild card spots, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams within 5 points or less of the 8 seed. Holy crap. With 20 games to go. That's great. Yeah, Barkov lost his mind yesterday. He felt like he had 10 shot attempts. Well, because I've been bitching for him to shoot. So when they got the house bugged, Vincent, as soon as he knew that this would be the game that I wasn't going to be able to watch, he decided, now I'll shoot the puck. Guarantee you, next game I'm watching, he'll go back to normal Barkov. He'll absolutely go back to normal Barkov. Marchand, Bennett, and Chucky. Nah, I want that. I still want Samoskevich, Bennett, and Chucky. Why pay for something better than that? Why pay for something better than that? If at some point you want to go get Brady, you kick Verhaeghe to the curb, and you go Barkov with Reinhart and Verhaeghe, and Bennett with Samoskevich and Tkachuk. Lundell, Lusterine, and Rodriguez. and just give us another cup. That's my take on that. Just keep feeding us cups. We want all the silver. Dietrich, Forsberg is currently 2.75. They have Allmark. When are we going to see Drieger? Are we going to see Drieger on Thursday? Like, are we going to see Drieger on Thursday? And then if he does well, we don't get a goalie. But if he plays like ass, Zito makes a last minute deal. What time Friday is the trade deadline? Is it like noon? Is it noon? There hasn't been a whole lot of action, has there? There's been a couple of good-sized deals, but there hasn't been a lot of quantity of guys moving back and forth just yet, especially when you take into consideration teams like Pittsburgh, Nashville, 3 p.m. All right, thank you, Damon. I'll have to make sure I'm supposed to go pick up Matthias on Friday, but I can't do that until I might have to have his mom drop him off. We'll have to see. I can't be driving on the road at the end of the trade deadline. Mel says we need a goalie. I don't disagree, but I TikTok. Greg says, I was maybe a Marchand guy, but not anymore. With Florida knocking the Bruins out, I can see him tank a game. Right? Trey says, hold on a second. Speaking of Brady, Jones said he would only go to Dallas or Florida. Usually in that scenario, like Brady a couple of years ago, you get the guy for less and instead we paid more. I know. I will remain convinced that if it was going to be Spencer and a first, you know the deal. It should have been 50%. That should have been 50%. And sorry. Scientist says you could tell that Jones was not used to trusting his teammates. He seemed to hesitate a few times, but overall didn't do too bad for his first game. I saw the one highlight where he picked it up and almost scored, right? It would be like if Brady said he'd only go to Florida and we still give him Barkov. Yeah. Jameson says Hall of Fame goaltender Roberto Luongo has signed a 1-year league minimum deal to become the Panthers' backup goalie for the rest of the season. That's the name I like, Damien, is Jonathan Quick. Craig says maybe Driegs has a resurgence. It's not been good for him because of injuries and everything since he left. Now, apparently he played on, I guess, the Calder Cup team last year and did really well. But this year has not been great. But you look at the names on defense down there. I mean, I suppose we got to trust Luongo. If we don't get a goalie, that means Luongo feels like Drieger can do the job. It's certainly not because of money. Can you imagine? We don't make another move and we exit the trade deadline with like $7-8 million of cash? Can you imagine that? Can't be, right? Jamie said, I don't disagree, man. I don't disagree. Hey, thank you, Mason. Much appreciated. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Mason. Normally, there's a Monday through Friday members podcast. I did not do one today because I'm still under the weather. I wanted to save my energy for the stream. What would we give the Rangers for Quick? I don't know. Do we have any picks left in the next 5 drafts, or are they all gone? Like, what's Quick worth? A third, a fourth? I don't even know if we have a 2 left, right? Hey, Trey, thank you, bud. You got your Ellie badge? That's awesome. I haven't changed the badges. I don't have the heart. I guess I'll have to get a Leia badge going, huh? I guess I have to get a Leia badge going. I'll put a new oh, hey. Speak of the devil. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, baby. She says this is for the OnlyFans channel. I was just getting ready to say that I was going to create $100 a month membership and you get the Donna avatar. That's exactly what I was just getting ready to say when she did that. Oh, Windy City Hockey, I think I'm going to have to ban you, man. Stop rubbing it in. Oh, shit. Oh, that's funny. That's literally what I was getting ready to say. Oh, my God. Goat Slayer says we should get Lion back. He's a cat, not a panther, but I'd rather a lion protecting the night with the pride of Panthers in front of him. No doubt, Goat Slayer. We'll find out. Are they going to play Drieger? Oh, Windy City. I know, man. I guess that's the answer to the question. How is he going to respond to getting moved? He's got to be excited. Now, Windy, is he the clear-cut number one dude, or are they like going to flip-flop him and platoon him? Or did he walk in and they said, "Here you go, kid. You're just starting the rest of the way"? iDog says you better get a better defense in front of him with the 40 shots a night. You run him into the ground. Oh, Knight's kind of fresh though, right? It's not like he's played a whole lot. I'm curious though. Did you guys just give him the job, or is it still like he's gonna have to earn it and platoon it? Trey says it's his job after last night. That's a good point. Although the Kings are good for that. The Kings are good for getting a lot of shots and not very many goals. Windy, looks like Knight will be the number one goalie. Well, he's got to be ecstatic about that because, I've said this multiple times. I said it when it happened. We drafted the kid, and he was immediately blocked for 7 years by a $10 million goalie. So there's no way that couldn't mess with his head a little bit. And I'm not blaming his issues on that situation. But, basically he kind of knew that almost no matter what, he wasn't getting the starting job in Florida. It looked like a couple of times it might happen because Bob was playing so bad. But the point is that Knight's got to be very, very happy right now. Kind of almost like he got a get out of jail early card, right? Kind of like he got a get out of jail early card right there. He couldn't have been, thrilled about the prospect of sitting behind Bob yet another year. And if Bob wanted to extend, right? When he says, I wanted the Blackhawks to draft Knight in 2019, but then they moved up from 12 overall to third. Yeah, from 12 overall to third, right. Trey says, good city franchise or playing with a superstar his age. It's a great fit for him. Just sucks that Chicago bent us over the trading table for him. Yeah. Scientist says after last night's game, looks like Chicago will start doing the night during the national anthem. 2 years Blackhawks Cats Cup. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? Blackhawks got a little bit more work to do, right? Shafasi will give Drieger one game on Thursday or Saturday. He's got to play, right? What is it? It's Tuesday. So we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We still got plenty of time to get anybody. But each day that ticks by, I just have this strange feeling like we're going to go into the playoffs and be like, well, I guess it's Bob and Drieger. I don't know. Steven says Columbus next. Remember the good old days when we could toss a backup in against them? Yeah, right? Not so much anymore. And so a lot of these teams that we're going to be playing, obviously, they're going to be fighting. They're all fighting for points now. Even the freaking Canadians are right there again. It's crazy. 8 teams within 5 points of the 7 seed. not of the 8 seed, not of 7, because I think Detroit's got 68 points, right? When he says no Blackhawks fan cheered during the whole anthem. Wendy, I would buy it. By the way, I got a bunch of Spencer Knight cards in my eBay store if anybody's interested. That's like one of the players I have more cards of than anybody else is Spencer Knight. And no, I don't have any in the Blackhawks jersey. Don't anybody be a smartass. Hey, YouTuber, you're back. I know, it says Drieger's got to be getting the start against the Sabres. Trey says Spencer in the first just for the game. Now I feel like Ekblad is out there 40 minutes a night. Oh, boy. Montreal might make. I don't know, though. What's Montreal's schedule? Do I have any of Brady Tkachuk in the Panthers jersey? Yeah, and it's signed there. I have Brady Tkachuk in a Panthers jersey signed by Yager. It's $2,000. It's in the store. Go buy it. Go buy it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Where's the Canadians schedule? Let's see. What's the Canadian schedule? Let's see. They got the Oilers Thursday, then they got the Flames, then they got the Canucks, then they got the Kraken. Boy, they're on a long trip now. So they got the Oilers, Flames, Canucks, and Kraken on a road trip. Canucks Tuesday, Kraken Wednesday. Then they come back home. They got the Panthers, Senators. Then they go back out on the road against the Islanders. Then they got the Avalanche, Blues, Flyers, Hurricanes, Panthers again. Oh, we play a back-to-back, not a back-to-back. Well, yeah, we play a back-to-back, home and away. Canadians got to play the Panthers on March 30th in Florida, and then April 1st in Montreal. And then they've got the Bruins, Flyers, Preds, Wings, Senators, Leafs, Hawks, and Hurricanes. That's a tough-ass schedule. Montreal's got a real tough schedule. And they've got some back-to-backs here. Who's the second goalie on Montreal? Because they're going to get some action. I don't know. Montreal, I think, got 3 games against the Cat. Is that 3 against the Panthers? 1, 2, 3. Montreal still got to play Florida 3 times. I don't know if Montreal's the pick. Dobbs, the guy that shut us out in this first game. That's right. That's right. Didn't he get traded and get an 8-year contract somewhere after that game? Isn't that how it usually works? Froggy says, my take on the 5K Chicago deal was that freeing up Knight's salary and Chicago retains part of the Seth Jones salary. It frees up cap to retain Sam Bennett on the SK. 5, yeah, Spencer Knight. But it didn't. Because it added not a lot, but it added $2.5 million in cap to what we're already paying next year. But I understand what you're saying in the sense that if we go and we pay a goalie, a backup goalie, a normal salary, then yeah, it would do exactly that. Hey, thank you, Mason. Thank you, bud. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, brother. Much appreciated. Says here's a little something, glory to God, to be able to give and to want to. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, Montreal's second goal. Well, he's going to get some action, that's for sure. The guy that shut us out the first game. I remember that game. Scientist says we still have to play Toronto 3 more times. The battle for first in the division is going to be tight. And yeah, speaking of that, it's when we play them too, right? Now I wouldn't count Tampa out just yet, although last night kind of hurt them. Last night definitely hurt them. At least now with games in hand, we still have second place. But it's like you're saying, the Leaf games. We've got the Leafs on the 13th. Boy, we have a lot to say about who's making the playoffs. Let me tell you, in terms of who we're playing. There's the Leafs on the 2nd and the Leafs on the 8th. The Leafs on the 2nd, that's a tough game. Because we've got Montreal, who's going to be fighting for points. We got Montreal on the 30th in Florida. Then at Montreal, April 1st. And then the next day, on the second of a back-to-back, April 2nd, we're at Toronto. Dylan says that I see Knight wearing a Panther mask last night. No, I didn't. Not in the game. Could they do that? What'd they do? Not have enough time to make him a new mask? Is that what I didn't know you could even do that. Cuban says you told us we would trade Knight. Well, I'll take your word for it. I don't remember what I said last night, but if you called it, Cuban, you called it. I certainly didn't think we was going to be Knight in the first for Seth Jones. So yeah, he wore his cat's mask. He still has all his Florida pads. That's crazy. Blackwood still has his Sharks pads and gloves. Kachucking around says Spencer Knight is not the player you switch masks on mid-season. That makes sense. That makes sense. His other pads just blended in better because they're white and red. Oh, that's wild. I didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about it. Because that went down Saturday night. And by Monday night, he was on the ice playing. That's just crazy. But what a response, right? That might kind of tell you his attitude about having been traded, right? That might definitely tell you how he felt about the whole deal. So good luck to him. Can we get our first? I think now that we've seen that Spencer Knight should have been enough for the deal, we should get our first back. Honestly, it should have been conditional that if Knight plays at a certain level, we get our first back. Vincent says it's not crazy. It's normal for this time of year. There's no time. Well, I mean, for a team that's not, in a playoff spot, for them to rush them out there like that, they're not like they're fighting for a playoff spot. Dana says, I really believe that Knight requested some sort of trade at some point because of that interview he did last night after saying he wanted to. I didn't see it. Oh, he wanted to just play. I see. He wanted to just play. Gotcha. Hey, Cuban. Hey, buddy. He says Brady Tkachuk to the Panthers. I'm calling it now. So he asked Hawks management to play. I see. Okay, Trey, what'd you send me? He didn't sound too happy. Hold on, Mike. Hold on. Trey says he didn't sound so happy from the clip. I saw it talking to reporters. All right, yeah, thanks, Trey. You sent it to me on my phone. On my phone, I assume. All right, yeah, I'll take a look at that. Thanks, bud. So he asked Hawks management to play. All right, that makes sense. What I'll say about Cuban's prediction is that if by some miracle it did happen, you could definitely mean that Chucky would be out for the playoffs if we actually went and did that. Ottawa's not going to do that, though. Can you imagine if it took Spencer Knight in the first? Let's be real here. If it took Spencer Knight in the first to get Seth Jones, what would we have to give up for Brady Tkachuk? I mean, half the team. Forget about Verhaeghe, right? You're not going to send Reinhart packing. Habs would have given up a lot, right? Hey, Kenneth. I guess me changing my lunch hour doesn't change the stream time. Sorry, bud. I understand you got to roll with the seasons, right? Send the next 5 years picks for Brady. I don't even think all of them, because I don't know how many ones we got left. We are devoid of first-round picks. Braga says Brady's like a wild bull. At least Matthew has some discipline. That's why Sens suck. The captain doesn't play sound positionally, completely against Maurice's philosophy. Yeah, you're surprised Maurice decided to put Sam Skevich on that top power play. Who did they take off? Who did they take off? Did they take Verhaeghe off? Kachukin says Rhino has a no move clause. Swaggy does not till next year. I mean, I would do Verhaeghe for Brady, but they got to eat the rest of the salaries, so the salaries are even. Right? Verhaeghe went down. Gotcha. Swapped them. Okay. And it works out. Look, I said this in one comment. As soon as Mackey starts scoring 20, 25 goals, he's a better player than Verhaeghe. I mean, I know no disrespect to Swaggy. We still need the clutch. But Mackey's the full package, in my opinion. You say send Jaws to Ottawa. I don't want to be cold. I don't want to be cold again. Maggie says, what does Donna think our next trade is? I don't know, Donna. What do you think the next trade is going to be? I don't know if she's still listening. She's at work when she does this. Donna, are we going to get a goalie or are we going to get an upgrade at 4C? Kenneth, the whole thing's going to be exciting. We figured it out earlier. There's 8 teams within 5 points of the 8 seed. There's 8 teams. It's just nuts at this point. It's going to be some good teams that, well, it's obviously going to be some good teams that miss out. Marie said he wanted a right-handed shot on power play 1. He said it's a different kind of a threat. I like it. That's what I'm wondering, Prager. I mean, they had to have seen something. How much could Gibson realistically be worth on the market? The deal for him, though, is he's got term. Vladar. Oh, what Donna said something. Or Vladar? Yeah, exactly. See, Donna knows what I'm talking about. I said 4C. She says or Vladar. There you go. It's Mrs. Jostradamus over there. If we get, hey, I see that scientist. Don't I have a mod in here that can ban him? Don't nobody ban. Don't no. I'm kidding. Never know. Rosado will take it seriously. Yeah, no doubt, Matthew. She's a smart cookie. She's a good one. Trey says, wait, what did Trey say? Trade with Utah for Stellan and Veg Milker. Veg Milker. Oh, you gotta love talk to text. Veg Milker. Trey, what kind of name is that? Donna's reading a script. Veg milker. Oh my God. Is that veggie milk? Is that like some kind of vegan milk, Trey? Well, yeah, we married Josh. Yeah, and no ring. We don't wear wedding. We don't wear wedding rings. We just did it in our heads. Oh, you did that on purpose because you don't remember his name. Oh, let's see. Silva says if Bennett leaves, probably going to end up Barkov, Reinhardt, Swaggy, Lundell, Chucky, Mackey, Giles, Erod, Mouthwash, and the fourth line carousel as usual. I don't know. I was kind of thinking, I didn't think about that the other day. Who would you put it at 3C? I don't know. Giles ready or not? Moving Giles right to 3C. I don't think we'd go with that. Probably re-sign Bolquist. Yeah, Veg Milka. Veg Milker in Boston accent. Don is terrible at work trying to not walk out. Yeah, Donna can't quit her job until I make enough money on this channel. So everybody send her a retirement gift because it's going to be a while. Yeah, Kenneth, it wasn't. Yeah, Giles at 4C. Utah Giant Milkers. I don't think Bennett's going to go. I hope Bennett's not going to go. If he did, you're looking at Barkov and Lundell, but I think that we would go out into the free agent market and pick up a different 3C at that point because we'd have the money. You know what I mean? Like we have the money to give Bennett $7 million. So if he leaves because he wants 8 or 9 or whatever it is, that still means we've got 6 or 7 million to go on the free agent market and get a guy, which we're not going to pay that much money for a 3C. So I don't think Giles would be the guy. I think we'd have plenty of money to go get somebody to replace Lundell at 3C. Yeah. What Matthew says, get 2 very good players for 3.5 each. Right. What if Bob stays for 5 and so does Aaron? The problem is their contract's not up for, Aaron's this year. Aaron is this year, but Bob's got the 1 more year. Milker comes to Florida. Good Jaws will put googly eyes in a milk jug. It's a puppet done. That's for sure, Kenneth. That is for sure. E2 used to play center for us. He could be 3C. That also could be something that happened too. Because he was at 4C for a while. And that might be one way to go, right? Hey, thank you, Eyes. Thank you, Eyes. Much appreciated, bud. Thank you. But if Bob stays for the extra $5 million, we've got money now. Because the cap is going up, and especially now we're not paying Knight $4.5 million. We've got the money to give Bennett, I believe, off the top of my head, I believe we've got the money to give Bennett 7 and Ekblad 5 or 6 apiece, which, right? Hey, thanks, Lance. I'm doing okay. I says is there a way to make membership gift go to people in the chat? Yeah, that's how it usually works, right? That's how it usually works. Right. So yeah, I know we're paying him 7, Matthew. But the difference between what we're paying Jones and what we were paying Spencer Knight, it's only $2.5 million. What we don't have now is enough money to overpay Bennett. I talked about this in the last members podcast. Before, if Bennett wanted 8, we'd be like, we can afford it. Give him 8x4 just to keep the group together. But I don't know if we can afford 8 now. And we don't know what Ekblad's going to take. I think Bennett would have to be the priority. At this point, Because if Ekblad, I don't think Ekblad will walk. To be honest with you, oh, I was gonna make an analogy, but I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Let's just say um I think Ekblad doesn't have the cards to really play tough ball with Zito anymore. We'll put it that way. I think Ekblad now is in a position where he's going to have to play nice and take what he gets. And those of you can figure out what I'm saying. Yeah, he's going to walk right into Tarasenko's knee. Yeah, for blocking Jaws on Twitter, he should make less. Yeah, Mason's. I didn't say it. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I'm just saying that it just kind of reminded me of without judgment. I think with Jones here now, Ekblad doesn't really have the as much leverage as he would like. That's all. That's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. That's it. I ain't saying anything else. Huey says Malcolm to the Panthers. Real quick here, Bolvar. Because the Dolphins are run by douchebags. Bolvar, you're not wrong, but the Dolphins are absolutely run by idiots inside of morons and owned by an epic douchebag. It's bad. Until Ross sells the team, we're in hell. Craig says traffic cone 1A and 1B. Is Aaron here again? Zito needs to add mandatory fluffy memberships into his contract. Yeah, I need to create a new level, a player level. I'll do a player level where the players get access to me apologizing for all this shit. That's the only thing that they get. Is they get me making videos apologizing to them for all the crap I've given them, unless they've earned it, at which point, is what it is. Yeah, Boulevard, exactly. Prague says Ekblad's analytics must look pretty good or they would move him down. We give Ekblad a lot of shit, right? Mainly because he blocked me. But truth of it is, we went to the cup and we won the cup with him on the top pair. So it's like, how bad can he really be? Right? Donna says, my team is run by Joe Schoen and John Maris to talk all you want about the Finns, right? Yeah, Kachuk, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. He just gets a lot of shit, right? There's that guy on every team that no matter how well they play, right, they get the shit end of the stick. Orlando says Ekblad isn't bad, just bad moments, right? Rocky says Ekblad not fast, but he takes out the opposition pretty well below the circle. Agreed. Just don't give him the puck. Just don't, as long as Ekblad doesn't handle the puck behind our own blue line and he never skates past the opposing team's 1 foot in the blue line. He's allowed inside the blue line in the power play, obviously. But other than that, his game should be standing back there, breaking up passes. He does the lay down thing to break up the passes. Excellent. And then just waiting for Gus to come save him once the puck ends up on his stick behind the net. Just hurry up, Gus. I need you, big brother. Other than that, he's perfectly fine. JC, no, it wasn't. Unfortunately, that wasn't the direction it came out. No, it came up and out. It came up and out, JC. But I don't eat a lot, so it was only one round. It was only one round to sing into the toilet, and then I passed out. And then Kyle came and woke me up, knocking on the door to make sure I was okay. I eventually got to sleep again. Poor kid. How do I like the Jones trade, Matthew? Well, if we lose any playoff games because our backup goalie sucks, I'm going to be pissed. That's for sure. I also think if it was going to be Knight in the first should have been to another team so that they retained another 25% of the salary. Oh, how do I like it now? Same opinion. He's only played a game. I don't really have a problem with Jones as a player. I just think that we could have gotten more salary retained. That's not going to change. I feel like for Knight and a first, we should have been able to get more salary retained. Yeah, Eki is a bit overhated, but he does have a turnover issue. He needs to lighten up. Ekblad would not get so much hate if he would have never blocked me. Right? I mean, I'm not going to tell the whole story again. You guys know. He literally blocked me for agreeing with him. God, such a I won't say it. I was going to make another analogy. Not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. Kachukin says if Bob gets hurt, he gets hurt. It's over either way. I mean, not necessarily, though, Kachukin. All right? Now, there's a big difference between Bob getting hurt for the whole playoffs and Bob needing 2 games off, a game 4 and a game 5 in a series. It's, we're losing a series 2-1, and now Bob needs to miss 2 games because something happens. Spencer Knight splits those games. And Bob comes back and it's 3-2, and we still have a breath. Drieger, that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of difference I'm talking about. Hey, yeah, no, Knight was great last night, right? Braga says, look at the NHL condensed games. 8 minutes into the first period, Tampa Bay blew right by Jones. I'll have to check that out again. I did a thing with the highlights earlier today, but I didn't watch it. If I'm going to do that, I might have to do it wearing my glasses because I can't. I have trouble seeing the players' numbers really quick. Kenneth, you guys are welcome. The Leafs are welcome to trade. Maybe. What do you think? Knies for Marchand, guys? What do you think? Matthews for Marchand? I honestly feel like maybe Nylander or Marner for Marchand be a good deal. That's what I think. And a first. You got to throw in a first. But that's the deal I would make if I was Toronto, for sure. Yeah, the penalty minutes was crazy. No doubt. I got a stink bug just went right on my laptop. God, he's a big one too. Jeez, that's the biggest stink bug I've ever seen. Nice. No, we're good. Marchand would be a hilarious target, right? We're going to overpay for Marner in free agency? Why would we need him, though? Where would he even go? There are 2. I says there's 2 phases every Panther fan knows. Trocheck was tripped and Uyghur turnaround. Well, yeah. There's the other one too. There's the other one. Who the hell was it that scored for the Devils? I can't think of his name off the top of my head. The dude is still playing too, right? Somebody remind me. What the hell's the guy's name? The guy that killed us against the Devils, that ended that. I know his name. It's right there on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Somebody will remember. Yeah, Henrique. Yeah, thank you, Meadow. Thank you. Yeah, that was the first one. That was the original Trocheck was tripped. Came all the way back. Came all the way back from being down 2-0 to start the third period, only to lose like that. I burnt that couch after that, too. I got rid of that couch. That's the same couch that I watched that on, same couch I watched the 96 team on. Yeah, he's on Edmonton now, right? I mean, he's got to be like 50 years old. Kachukin says, we deal away Swaggy, sign Bennett, and sign Marner for $10 million because our team has a rule that nobody gets paid more than Barkov. Nah, if we were gonna do that, well, I was gonna say if we were gonna do that, we would trade Swaggy to Carolina for Rantanen, but we don't want Swaggy to go to Carolina because that would be scary if they actually had a guy that could score in the clutch. Yeah, I saw Vinny was on the USA team. They didn't give him a whole lot to do. They put him down there in the fourth line. He didn't really have a whole lot to do in that tournament. But his ankles turned out to be okay. No, I'm not down on Swag. That was a pick, though, last night. If you guys watched the video I put out earlier, I'm wondering if the Tampa Bay fans were bitching about that. On that first Barkov goal, Barkov does the spinorama. Verhaeghe moves out of the way so he doesn't run into Barkov, and he kind of chips right into Kucherov, and that's why Barkov had all that time. I'm just saying, true is true. Truth is true. That was kind of a little bit of interference there. Might have been unintentional, but I'm surprised I didn't see Kucherov kind of getting pissed off about that. Yeah. It's Henrique's goal versus the famous picture of Talonatore looking so disappointed. I know. Kenneth says, I can't imagine Marner leaves. Tavares will take a pay cut and we'll have lots of room. Some fans would rather see a change. Is Tavares on the last year of his deal? Isn't he getting, are they going to continue to play Tavares? Like at some point, he's got to be like, how old is Tavares? He's got to be like 75 years old at this point. Huh? How old is he's 30? He's only 34? John Tavares is only 34? Jeez. He was around when the Islanders were good and beating the crap out of us. He's only 34. So is this the last year of his contract or what? Yeah, Tavares beat us in the playoffs. He used to take Barkov's lunch every year. Yeah, so then this is the last year of his contract. It's interesting how that name never came up in any of the trade talks about the Leafs possibly moving Tavares. Yeah, he's on an expiring contract, but not the Leafs wouldn't trade him now. Obviously, they're trying to win. So what the hell am I talking about? Yeah, he literally tripped Trocheck. Yeah, but Trocheck's not on the team anymore. So we could get Tavares, right? What are you gonna do? Yeah, he's from Toronto. Yeah, so he's not going anywhere. That's right. These guys that beat us, they're still playing. You know? I kind of thought they were older. All right, that's gonna do it for today, guys. We did an hour. I was thinking I might have to shorten it up, but I'm okay. Kyle and I had thought about maybe, before we got sick, we had thought about maybe doing the Tampa game tonight. I would not say there's no chance. It's possible. But let's just see how we go the rest of the day. If I can get a nap, if he's up to it, we might come back and do the Tampa game tonight. Otherwise, we'll probably take tonight off. So, all right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for joining me. And if we don't do tonight, I know some of you had liked what I did with going over the highlights for the Panther game this morning. So maybe I'll do some of that I'll add that to the repertoire in the mornings. I got time in the morning to do it. I can't monetize them, but it's not like that's a lot of money. That's like $3 I make on the videos anyway. So maybe it'll be something good to grow the channel. You guys seem to like it, so I'll try to do more of those. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, if we decide we're going to do it, I would assume it would be because I think Lightning and Columbus play tonight. I would assume that would be the game people would want to see. But yeah, if we decide to do it, we'll run a poll. All right, everybody, go enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again. We'll see you.